For years, I thrived in the high-pressure business world, but the workaholic life finally caught up with me. I was 35, very overweight, in chronic pain with severe mobility issues, terrible diet, no exercise. My health was a complete wreck. Then I went to a gentle yoga class and felt truly relaxed. The stress just melted away. I went from a size 18 to a size 8. I stopped getting sick. Pain disappeared. I learned to open my heart and I felt happy for the first time in years. So I said goodbye to the business world and started teaching. Yoga doesn't have to be strenuous. The easiest movements can trigger major release of chronic symptoms no matter your age.
Healing Yoga. Yoga for real people with real problems.
Hello, I'm Deborah Devine, and welcome to Healing Yoga. Yoga for real people with real problems. And yes, as you saw in that video, I used to have real problems before taking up gentle yoga. My diet was terrible, and I started getting spikes and dips in my blood sugar and energy. I'm not sure if it was pre-diabetes, but the symptoms looked very familiar. Diabetes is a condition that can present later in life for Zoomers, causing those spikes and dips, neuropathy, nerve pain, and bad circulation. I've put together a yoga series that can address symptoms of diabetes and in some cases help overcome prediabetes. You don't have to be flexible or in good shape to benefit from this practice. Anyone can do it regardless of ability. We start from the ground up with a relaxing warm-up to encourage circulation in our feet and legs. And then we minimize stress by releasing our diaphragms before stimulating our digestive organs. The poses are so easy that you might wonder how effective they can be. But do the whole series, or if you're busy, just do 1 or 2 poses and enjoy the results. Let's start the healing. Joining me today, Nina, who is dealing with type 1 diabetes, and Tony, who's dealing with type 2 diabetes. And yoga works wonders on both types. So we're going to begin with Viparita Kirani, the waterfall pose. And we're going to come down onto our back. If you've got space at home with a wall, you could just get your hindquarters set up close to the wall, and then you can throw your legs up the wall, supporting yourself with a little bit of a rolled up towel or a blanket for the back of the head. And we can begin to see how, let me help you here, Tony. Yes, just lift your legs for a moment. Yeah. And maybe come up a little bit higher. I'm going to lift your legs up a little bit higher. Yeah. Here and here. Great. So we'll begin by just circling the ankles. We'll circle the ankles and get a little bit of movement into the ankles. Spread the toes nice and wide. And then just begin to shake the legs a little bit. Wonderful. Now we're going to shake hands with our feet. So we'll bend the left leg and we'll take the right hand and just begin to thread the fingers into the spaces between the toes. Now many of us can't get all of our fingers in there, and that's fine. You just get what you can in there and then begin to start to wiggle the foot back and forth, wiggle the toes back and forth. We're shaking hands with our feet here. We're getting a little bit more circulation deep into the feet, into the plantar fascia. We're opening things up and bringing oxygen and blood and lymph here. All right, let's switch sides. Go to the other foot and shake hands with your other foot. And what's really important about these mild inversions is that we're making friends with gravity here. When we stand or when we sit, all of the lymph and the blood pools in the lower extremities. All right, let's come back, both legs coming up high, and then we'll shake the legs out. And then bring the soles of your feet together and let the knees splay apart. And you can bring your feet down here to the second ledge, Tony. Yeah, great. And the knees splay apart and we begin to rock the pelvis back and forth. Yes, that's it. Yes, you can butterfly the knees as well. So getting some movement here in the lower extremities is so important. And if you can do that with your legs elevated, there's going to be a wonderful sensation of lymphatic fluid and blood coming out from the legs where they may have been for a long time. When you have diabetes, it's really important to get your legs elevated every single day. You'll notice a huge difference in your ability to have a good feeling, a good sensitivity. Your nerves will be refreshed and you'll feel really strong on your legs. Please continue to enjoy Viparita Kirani with any type of variation that felt good for you for the next few moments. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be working deeper into the belly.
Healing Yoga. Yoga for real people with real problems.
Welcome back. Today we're dealing with diabetes. And Tony, I wanted to ask you if you've had any new diet options that you've introduced into your eating.
My daughter is a vegan, and she's sort of trying to get me to go that route. And I'm slowly, after 60 years, it's sort of like trying to change your diet is sort of a little hard, but I'm doing it step by step, each day.
And how's that working out for you?
I've lost about 8 pounds since January, and I'm pretty happy about it.
Wonderful. That's fantastic. Well, we're going to be taking the next few poses to go a little bit deeper into the digestive system. We have to concentrate on the digestive system in order to deal with the symptoms of diabetes and see if we can manage them more effectively. So we're going to be coming into a constructive rest position on our backs. So we can just come off this bolster, resting the feet a little bit wider than hip width. Knees are bent, heels are out, toes are in, and the shoulder blades come down the back in towards the heart, creating a little platform for the heart to rest on. Next time an out breath comes along, the knees move over to the right and the head moves over to the left. In breath, everything comes back to center. And then an out breath, knees move over to the opposite side and the head in the opposite direction. In breath, coming back. And continue. This action is moving some tension out of the deep layers of tissue under the belly. The psoas muscles are the muscles that activate when we have stress. And this sequence of movements is creating a shift from the fight-flight aspect of the nervous system to the rest and digest, the parasympathetic aspect of the nervous system. Let go of the eyes. Let go of the jaws. Let the out-breath be complete. Feel the belly come to the front spine. Maybe pause for just a moment there. Enjoy that stillness and that peace there. And then let the in-breath come. Feel how nourishing that seems. Feeling the oxygen penetrating all of the cells in the abdomen. Whether you're dealing with type 1 or type 2 diabetes, stress is a major factor and a major contributor to exacerbating symptoms. So coming into these types of poses is really beneficial. You'll notice a reduction in your stress levels. The cortisol hormone that circulates around the body when you're in the fight-flight of the nervous system will be reduced. And serotonin and L-dopamine will be released. And you're going to be shifting all of your body chemistry, all of your brain chemistry. Coming back to center. Wonderful. Now roll over to the right. Roll over to the right and then take the top arm hand, press it down, come up on the opposite elbow and forearm and come on up. Now we're going to be taking a side bend. So we take a bolster, a rolled up blanket, rolled up towels, and we bring it right up next to the hip. Then we keep the bottom leg bent, the top leg comes long, and we stretch ourselves out over top of the bolster and we come down resting. Top arm comes up and over, grab onto the top wrist with the bottom hand. Now, if you feel like you're too far forward and you'd like a little bit more openness in the front of the throat, bring your head and your neck back. Take a couple of long, slow, smooth, and complete in and out breaths, creating space throughout the whole side of the body. We're looking at the area between the bottom of the ribs and the top of the hips. Expanding that area. We're making space deep inside the digestive system. Let the out-breath be complete. Feel the belly come to the front spine. Pause there for a moment. Enjoy that peace. And then allow the in-breath to come in and feel the ribs opening out and up like a clamshell. This is a wonderful way to also create space in the low back. We're creating space in the discs. The discs are starting to puff up like marshmallows here. Please continue to enjoy this side bend and move into the opposite side while we take a break. And when we come back, we'll be moving more deeply into the digestive system.
Healing Yoga. Yoga for real people with real problems.
Hi, my name is Nina, and I have type 1 diabetes. I got it as an adult, even though type 1 is what we used to call juvenile diabetes. Exercise is very, very important for type 1 or for any diabetes because it gets the sugar down. When I eat food, my sugar goes right up, and if I exercise, it tends to come down. And so it's very, very important, I find. And yoga is a very good exercise because it's not too difficult, but I still have to be careful that if I do too vigorous a workout, I might go into hypoglycemia. So I always carry glucose tablets with me or juice to be on the safe side.
Welcome back. Today we've been dealing with diabetes. Now we're going to be working a little bit deeper into the belly, creating some space for the digestive tract, and we're also going to be working with circulation. So let's come to Tadasana. We step onto our mat, heels are out, the toes are turning in, the feet are about hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider. We come back onto the heels. We bear a little bit more weight into the back. Feel the quadriceps activate. Engage the pelvic girdle. Squeeze the glutes. Ground. Next time an in-breath comes along, we'll inhale the arms out and up, reaching. Exhaling, hands to heart space. Inhaling, reaching the arms out and up. Touching the fingers at the top of the in-breath. Exhaling, hands to heart. Now on this next in-breath, we're going to reach the arms out and up. Fingers are going to touch, and we're going to exhale over to the left. Press down with the right foot. Make some space in the right side of the waist, and then we'll come back to center. And then we'll move over to the opposite side, pressing down into the left foot, leaning over into the right. Long, slow, smooth in-breath. Long, slow, smooth out-breath. And then we come back. Hands to heart space on the exhalation. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling the arms out and up, reaching. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhaling, reaching out and up. This is a wonderful sequence of movements that will bring a lot of fresh circulation into the upper part of the body. The arms, the forearms, the hands, the wrists. Now we're going to be creating a little bit more space in the torso. So we're going to inhale, reaching up, coming back on the heels, and then we're going to exhale, reaching over to the left, making space in the right side. Long, slow, smooth in-breath, long, slow, smooth, and complete out-breath. And then we're going to inhale back up to center, and then exhale over to the right. We're creating a lot of space in the digestive system here, and with diabetes, we need to have a lot of prana coming into the digestive tract. We have to get a lot of prana moving around all of the digestive organs. Inhaling back to center, hands come to heart space on the out-breath. Now we're going to be moving into Virasana, the hero pose. So we come down onto our hands and knees. Now for Tony, we're going to be creating a platform for the knees to rest on. So you can put your knees on here, Tony. And we've got a blanket for the shins. So he's resting his shins on the blanket. Make a little bit of a roll so that the ankles can be supported. How is that feeling, Tony? Excellent. So now what we're doing is we're coming up and then coming back down. And then I'm going to take this extra blanket. It might feel wonderful when you come up to take a little bit of support in behind the creases of the knees and then bring your torso back. So we're getting this pumping action through the legs. Coming up on the in-breath, exhaling back down. We're working the quadriceps. We're getting a lot of movement of energy and strength into the quadriceps, increasing our circulation, moving old lymph out, and creating space for new lymph to come in. Wonderful. You may want to try to turn your toes onto the toe pads. So you've got a little bit more action happening through the plantar fascia, the backs, the soles of the feet, and the Achilles tendon. That might feel good too. So Nina, you have been active for a long time. Can you tell me how you've been able to manage your symptoms through all of your activities?
Well, I find exercise is so important because if I don't exercise, my sugars go up. As soon as I exercise, they come down. And I find that as soon as it goes up, I either jump into the pool and swim, or I do yoga, or whatever. I do Zumba, all the different things I do. And they all help me manage my diabetes. Without it, I couldn't.
That's so inspiring. Please continue to enjoy these Virasana variations, and we'll be back in just a few moments for more work with circulation and digestion.
Healing Yoga. Yoga for real people with real problems.
Slow down the mind and allow yourself to enjoy the process of choosing, preparing, and consuming food. Enjoy a meal in silence and use your senses of smell, sight, sound, touch, and taste.
Welcome back. We've been dealing with diabetes, and we've done quite a bit in this practice. We've been relaxing the belly. We've been making space. We've been working with moving lymph and prana and blood around the digestive organs. These practices are so important for diabetes. Now we're going to be warming down with a reclining twist. So we're going to take ourselves onto the back. And if you've got rolled up blankets or rolled up towels, that will be very helpful for you. You can come onto your back here, Tony, and your head is resting on those supports. All right, lying down on your back. And the left knee is coming bent. And then we're going to draw the leg over, twisting. At the same time, actually, let me give you 2 bolsters here, Tony. There we go. At the same time, we're going to be trying to bring our arm, lifting this, trying to bring our shoulder blade of the opposite side closer to the ground. So we've got this wonderful twist going on here, but it's not an active twist. It's a very passive twist. It's very restful, and it's very soothing to the nervous system. All of the digestive organs are getting wrung out here. We've got the descending colon and the stomach and the spleen on the left side. On the right side, we've got the liver and the gallbladder. All of these organs are getting a gentle twist, a gentle wringing out. We have the lymphatic system underneath all of the belly organs, in between all of the belly organs, and these lymph nodes and these lymph vessels are also getting a wringing out. Another benefit is the back, the low back, also wringing out tension, wringing out gripping and holding that may have been sitting there for quite some time. With every breath cycle, allow the out-breath to be complete and feel the belly come to the front spine. Maybe pausing there for just a moment and experiencing that quiet. And then the in-breath comes and it feels wonderful, very invigorating. Feel the ribs open and expand out. Now, important to go to the opposite side and spend some time on the other side, but we're going to be moving into Savasana. So we'll just bend the knee, bring it back to center. We'll be removing these bolsters out of the way and resting on the back. Now, if you have rolled up blankets or bolsters, it might be wonderful to elevate your knees and your legs. Just lift here and let your legs come long. Allowing yourself to surrender into the ground. Let the out-breaths create a sense of widening and flattening out. Take the shoulder blades down the back, in towards the heart. Rotate the upper arm bones externally. Let the hands open, palms facing the sky, fingers unfurling like the petals of a lotus. Bring your attention and your awareness into your systems of circulation. All of the blood vessels, all of the lymphatic vessels that are penetrating your whole body. And take a long, slow, smooth in-breath, breathing in light and spaciousness. Exhaling tension, exhaling holding. Bring your awareness to the belly. Take a long, slow, smooth in-breath into all of the digestive organs, breathing in light and spaciousness, and exhaling tension, exhaling holding. Feel yourself very peaceful here. Let go of the jaws, let go of the eyes, and please rest here for at least 15 more minutes. It's so important for people with diabetes to rest and relax. We'll see you again next time on Healing Yoga. Namaste.